guys, welcome to my YouTube channel, Conversations with Dr. Jimmy. Our wish is finally here. We have our first guest, Dr Molatlhegi. Yay! Welcome, Doctor. Ever so beautiful, Doctor. We're just from work, we're a bit tired, so forgive our makeup if it's a bit tired and running over. But the conversation of today was not one to be missed or to be postponed because it's something we're personally going through together. We're both medical doctors. She's a bit senior than me, but you know,
3 months.
It's a lot in the medical career actually because experience is everything. So today we'll be talking about being single as a medical doctor, the challenges that we go through, the challenges we go through when we are trying to date. So I'll let her introduce herself, just give her a moment.
Yeah. Where to start?
I don't know, anyway, boo.
Okay, so my name is Lala, but I go by Lala. I'm 26, I'm a doctor, and it's currently, that's what I put all my energy into currently. But hopefully within the next year, there'll be more in my hands.
So she's a future, but a lot is in store in the future, right? So today we're just talking about dating. Tell us about your experience. Are you single?
Yes.
Why are you single? And she's open.
At first it was a choice, I won't lie, because I was in a long-term relationship, which is long distance, which was difficult, taxing emotionally for both of us. So initially it was a choice, but now, it doesn't feel so much like
a choice.
Yeah, it's really difficult dating here.
Why is it so difficult?
I feel like people don't know how to be honest. I think it's difficult for people to be honest with themselves regarding what they need. And I mean, if you can't sit down and have a conversation with yourself, then how are you going to address it with the next person? And say, this is what I need in my life right now. And people can't accept it when they meet someone and she doesn't or he doesn't fulfill the criteria of what they need. Instead of walking away, they just
stick around,
waste your time. It's an experience, so I don't call it a waste of time.
No, but it's an experience. But I think I agree with you when you say people are not really honest about what they want. If they want a situationship or an entanglement,
you should just say, this is what I want. I want an entanglement. Just say it. And if you might find out I want the same thing too. And if you want different things, there's no harm in walking away.
Because the problem is being honest. Like, say what you want from the get-go. Because you find yourself, you're thinking you're in a relationship. But you guys are just dating and getting to know one another. So it's very important.
I think there's not a lot of people that are comfortable with having that conversation. That what are we? Conversation. It gives people are scared.
And people they
to
shy away
and
from
set boundaries.
Exactly.
That is important.
And people shy away from their emotions just to talk about how they're feeling. If you're like, okay, no, maybe I feel you, but I don't know what I want, it's okay. But people never really want to have that conversation. That's how I feel.
But I think we also just shouldn't be comfortable with letting things be that casual and because if you're assuming makes an ass out of you and me at the end of the day. But if we're not having a conversation, I'm very good at making assumptions. And if you let me make assumptions, I can go really far with it. I can run with my story. So let's not have assumptions when it comes to boundaries.
I think the other question is, well, not really a question, but one thing we should also know is what we want in a partner. Because sometimes,
we also need to know.
We need to know if we are that person for that. You know, you would say, I want this guy this way, but you have to also ask yourself, will that person want to be with you? I don't know if that makes sense. Because we are always like, no, I want a tall, dark guy. But does that tall, dark guy want you, boo? Because that's another conversation you should have with yourself.
I'm not ready.
I think those are conversations that I think people get it mixed out. We always want, but we don't know if
we don't think about if we can you play the role that person is looking for.
Imagine if you want a pastor, but in Joanna, are you that prayerful mom root? Are you reading the Bible? Is your wine locking down? Those are the conversations that you should be having.
with yourself.
Because it's that.
Are we doing that?
No, I don't think we are doing it enough. Another thing is you should take your time before you date. Because I think we pack too much into relationships.
I'm trying to be better.
It's very hard. I would say that from experience. Hey,
it's hard not to. I think the thing with me and you is that we love love.
Yeah.
We love love. Yeah. I love to love, and it's not just like romantic love. I love my friends, and you know, it's always nice to have something to pour yourself into.
That's true.
Not that we don't pour ourselves into
Yeah.
self-love. Not that that's like
that's why we have a video.
That's not liking.
That's what we do. We light up candles and we actually take time to ourselves to talk to ourselves and to say positive things to ourselves. It's very important. Like you're saying, it has to start with yourself. You can't give what you don't have.
That's
the reason why we say we have so much love to give is because we are overflowing with love. We just have so much to give.
Yeah,
but then that no one is receiving that. I think that's just the problem, right?
I don't know. Maybe we need to. Do you think it's a matter of like, okay, knowing yourself, knowing what you want, knowing what you can tolerate, and saying this is as far as I can go with you. I can't tolerate this type of treatment from somebody. Do we also maybe lack that when it comes to having that conversation with yourself?
Yeah.
Because I take a really long time to accept that, okay, this guy is acting in a particular way. I take a really long time to accept, okay, maybe he's acting this way because he's lost interest.
I think that's a...
We also need to be able to be...
to have that conversation with yourself.
And I'm only... How many times do I say, but he didn't say that?
Yeah.
I'm waiting for him to sit down and have a... That time I know very well this is someone who isn't
not
about... isn't even the kind to talk about
and you have
those
to
kind
be
of
able
things.
to compromise. Like, because we talk a lot and we are so in touch with our emotions that actually
but
people
not everybody is that
who
way.
is in touch. So maybe it's a matter of also trying to compromise. When you are in a relationship, try to see things from the other person's perspective. It's very important. I think another question I would like to know is
walk a mile in my shoes.
Yeah, like
I don't know how good I am at that, honestly.
I don't think anyone is ever good at that. That's why
it's hard.
Marriage
it takes
is like
work.
like it's a continuous thing. You learn to love another person. But I think it's just a matter of accommodating. I think what my viewers want to know out there is, like, while you're single, what are you doing? Are you dating? Like, while
right
you're
now
away.
I'm single.
Now she's single, not talking to people. So normally when I'm single, right now I'm single. Normally I text. Normally I talk to people, but now I'm not talking to anyone. Despite what Dr Molatlhegi says.
Okay, let's have some definitions so that people can understand.
Yes.
I feel like for me, I can be single and alone.
Yeah.
Or single and entertaining conversations with people. For example, I'm talking to someone.
Yes.
Single and dating. That can mean dating one person or multiple people. I mean, you've got to try to find someone that you can say, okay, I will pick this one.
Yeah.
And then there's relationship. You know, and each stage has its own set boundaries.
Yeah.
You know, that's my. I know it's
like your definition.
I've sat and thought about it.
Trying to
Is it
feel
the same
into
for
your definition. So for me, it's either I'm single or I'm in a relationship.
I'm like a talking face.
Right, talking
faces. No,
for me, talking
faces.
I think it's something I learned with my previous situation. Because I learned that there's actually dating. Dating is where you're just getting to know another person. And there's actually a relationship. I think here we confuse it a lot with being in a relationship. If you're talking to someone, it's automatic. You don't need to set boundaries as much. I want to go, may you please be my girlfriend. Go to get package inside. You know. So that's bad.
No, you need to ask me. Like, we have to sit and talk about it.
And have a conversation, set boundaries, like your expectations for the relationship.
But checking face is hard, yeah?
Yeah, it's the hardest.
I don't know. I think
it's exciting.
I'm only gonna do that. I don't know. I think the difficulties with are we exclusively talking or not? Because if you know it's exclusive,
true,
then
it's okay.
You can set your expectations, knowing it really could lead somewhere.
That's true.
No,
That's
you haven't had the conversation of exclusivity,
and then you're just assuming.
there and
assumptions.
Packets.
You are on the outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a challenge. I mean, even the dating pool is a bit narrow now. When you're working,
Now. We're not.
It's a bit narrow. I mean, the reality is now things like priorities have shifted and we look at life differently. So now we are looking for people who share the same perspective in life and maybe our goals are in alignment. I mean, it will be difficult to be in a relationship with someone where your goals and everything are just parallel, you know? I don't know, what's your view on that?
That's an interesting... Give me an example.
Like, for example, if you're with someone who drinks 24/7, right? And you're a pastor. No, I'm giving like the parallel.
Okay,
right?
no.
Yeah.
Alright,
Yeah,
I get what
makes
you mean.
sense.
Yeah. I guess that comes down to what we're saying about like the things that you can tolerate or like what fits in my life and can my lifestyle and this person's lifestyle actually merge? Can it make sense?
Yeah.
And how far are you willing to compromise?
That's true. And don't compromise too much because
don't
sometimes
compromise
you
too
compromise so much that when you get along the way
you
you're
get
just
lost.
like, you're like, who am I? Who have I become? So make sure you keep in check with yourself.
You don't lose
who you
are. Someone at work said to me, like a senior of ours, I think he's married. He got married right after internship. He said that year of internship, all he was doing was savings. Like, I'm saving, I'm marrying this girl.
Yeah.
Straight after internship, he put a ring on it. Now they're married, they've got kids, they're happy, you know.
Yeah.
So we're talking about boys, and I'm like, you know what? For me, it's not happening.
Yeah.
You know, and we were talking about compromise, and his view was, don't do it.
Yeah.
He says when you're with the right person, you're never going to have to compromise on anything.
That's true. That makes sense, right?
I guess so. I try to
feel like
meditate
there are
on
some
it.
things that you can compromise on, but there's certain
Like
areas,
not drinking on a Monday.
Yeah, you know, those are things that you can compromise. You know, but other things like faith, you know, directions and goals in life.
No, that don't compromise.
You can't compromise. If someone wants you to be a housewife and you know you are damn sure want to be working all your life, that's not something you will be able to do. So also be realistic while you're at it, right?
Yeah.
I think the last point I want to bring out so that we don't make this a very long video is I think I've learned, because you were there for this one, never be the chaser, because men are hunters. Right? Don't shoot your shot, as it's famously known, because that bullet will come back and hit you back in the heart.
Many times.
Yes, so don't do it. No matter how
what
much.
is chasing? Do you think?
Like, chasing is like when you like a guy, you tell him, I really like you. The problem is,
if you make the first step.
If you make the first step,
you approach
will
him first,
always be the pace of the relationship. You always
the one
have to
setting
be
the tone.
Yes, you always have to be the one chasing. I personally learned it the hard way. I mean, I got burned really bad. The other thing is you have to be prepared for when it's not reciprocated, like how you feel.
Yes.
It's not like all the time you shoot your shot.
And you need to be. You need to be able to recognize that this is not reciprocation, and you need to realize that I deserve to be in the kind of situation or in a relationship where I'm getting what I give.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So I think maybe that goes back to how well do you know yourself?
That's true. That's true.
And what are you looking for? My psychologist says, you know, are you looking for a companionship or are you looking for a relationship? Yeah. And you need to be ready to be honest about that and to stand your ground on it. But right now, what I need is a relationship. Like, don't need. You can be like, I need a companionship, but don't go telling people, no, relationship. When you know very well you don't have it in you.
Yeah, you want a
companionship.
You want someone to give you attention. I don't know what stage I'm at, but I think I want a relationship. I've never really been one to a companionship, maybe that's the problem, because I always find myself in a relationship.
Like you said, that's what Botswana do.
Yeah, so I think I just like Pakati like the rest of Botswana. I think in closing, maybe we can talk about the red flags to look out for, like initial stages of the relationship.
This was a nice conversation.
Yes, it was.
We need like a second video.
We will. Do you see?
Do we have enough time to talk about red flags?
I think the next video will be on red flags. Please help me thank Dr. Molatlhegi for being our first guest to many more features. Please do make your way back to Conversations with Dr. Wada Jay. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and make sure you comment below with your experience being single and trying to date in Botswana or wherever you are. Thank you.